Welcome to the channel. Today, we'll explore the story of Zeus, one of the most powerful figures in Greek mythology. He's the god of thunder, king of the gods, and the ruler of Mount Olympus. But how did Zeus rise from being a hidden child to the supreme god of the heavens? Let's dive into his fascinating journey. Zeus was born into a family full of turmoil and prophecy. His father, Cronus, was a powerful titan, the ruler of time, and his mother, Rhea, was a titaness. But their relationship was far from ideal. Cronus, paranoid about a prophecy that foretold he would be overthrown by one of his children, took drastic measures. To avoid this fate, Cronus swallowed each of his children as soon as they were born. First, it was Hestia, then Demeter, Hera, and Hades. Each child was swallowed whole, and with them, Cronus believed his power would remain unchallenged. But when Zeus was born, Rhea couldn't bear to lose him as she had with the others. She hid him away in secret on the remote island of Crete, entrusting his safety to nymphs. To deceive Cronus, Rhea presented him with a stone wrapped in swaddling clothes instead of her newborn son. Cronus, oblivious to the trick, swallowed the stone without hesitation. Zeus was cared for by the nymphs, raised on Mount Ida by the goat Amalthea. He was raised in secret, but as time passed, Zeus grew stronger, more determined, and more ready to reclaim his place in the world. Zeus's childhood was marked by the care of benevolent beings. He grew under the watchful eyes of the nymphs and the nurturing presence of Amalthea. Here, he began to learn the ways of the gods and prepare for the inevitable clash with his father. Once Zeus had grown into adulthood, he knew it was time to return and confront Cronus. However, he needed help. Metis, a titaness known for her wisdom, guided Zeus in his plot. Metis was the one who devised a cunning plan to free his siblings and defeat Cronus. Metis gave Cronus a powerful potion disguised as a drink. When Cronus consumed it, he was forced to vomit up the children he had swallowed. Hestia, Demeter, Hera, Hades, and Poseidon were all released from their father's stomach, fully grown and ready to join the fight. With his siblings freed, Zeus set out to wage war against the Titans in what would become known as the Titanomachy. It was a battle between the Olympian gods and the Titans, lasting a grueling 10 years. But to succeed, Zeus knew he needed more than just his family. Zeus sought out the Cyclopes, who had been imprisoned by the Titans. In return for his release, the Cyclopes forged mighty weapons for the gods, most notably, the thunderbolt that Zeus would use to defeat his enemies. Alongside them came the Hecatoncheires, the 100-handed giants, whose strength was unmatched. The Olympians clashed with the Titans in a battle that shook the heavens and the earth. The Titans fought fiercely, but Zeus's thunderbolt and the strength of his allies gave the Olympians the upper hand. The battle ended with the defeat of the Titans, who were cast into the deep abyss of Tartarus. With the Titans defeated, Zeus ascended as the undisputed king of the gods. He took his place on Mount Olympus, where he ruled over the sky and the heavens. Zeus's reign was marked by his power and wisdom, but also by the responsibility of keeping order among both gods and mortals. Zeus's brothers, Poseidon and Hades, were given dominion over the sea and the underworld, respectively. Together, they governed the realms of the earth, ensuring balance and justice. But Zeus was the ultimate authority, his power unparalleled, and his word absolute. Zeus's reign, however, was not without its complications. His many romantic relationships with both goddesses and mortal women were well known. From his union with the goddess Demeter came Persephone, the queen of the underworld. With the titaness Leto, he fathered the twin gods Apollo and Artemis. But perhaps his most famous mortal child was Hercules. One of the most famous stories of Zeus's affairs involves his union with the mortal queen Alcmena. Zeus, enchanted by her beauty, decided to disguise himself as her husband, Amphitryon, who was away fighting in a war. In the guise of Amphitryon, Zeus spent a night with Alcmena, and as a result, she conceived a son. Alcmena's child, Hercules, was destined for greatness. But there was another twist in the story. Zeus's wife, Hera, jealous of the affair, tried to prevent Hercules from fulfilling his destiny. She sent 2 serpents to kill him as a baby, but the infant Hercules, with his extraordinary strength, defeated the serpents. It was only the beginning of his legendary trials. Zeus was not just a ruler of gods, he was the protector of justice, order, and hospitality. His role was to ensure that both gods and mortals abided by the divine laws of Olympus. Any violation of these sacred laws was met with swift and powerful punishment. One of the most well-known examples of Zeus's role as the enforcer of justice comes from the story of King Lycaon. Lycaon, a ruler who had no respect for the gods, attempted to serve Zeus human flesh during a feast, mocking the god's power. In anger, Zeus transformed Lycaon into a wolf, a punishment that would mark the king forever. Zeus's influence did not end with the defeat of the Titans. During the Trojan War, Zeus played a critical role, though he often sought to maintain a balance between the gods and their mortal counterparts. While he favored the Trojans at times, he also recognized the necessity of fate and allowed events to unfold according to the will of the universe. Many gods and goddesses took sides in the conflict. Apollo, Aphrodite, and Ares supported the Trojans, while Athena, Hera, and Poseidon sided with the Greeks. Throughout the war, Zeus tried to remain impartial, but his decisions often had profound consequences on the outcome of battles and the fates of key heroes like Achilles and Hector. Zeus's legacy as the king of the gods is undeniable. He was not only the ruler of Olympus but a symbol of authority, justice, and power. His influence shaped not just the myths and legends of ancient Greece, but the very structure of the cosmos itself. From his rise to power, his many relationships, to his role as a protector of justice, Zeus remains one of the most complex and enduring figures in Greek mythology. His story continues to inspire, and his name is still synonymous with power and leadership. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life and legacy of Zeus. His story is one of triumph, love, justice, and the complexity of being a ruler. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most important figures in mythology, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more fascinating stories from Greek mythology and beyond.